Bonjour and bonjour everyone. I'm Maggie from the Fort Francis Library and welcome to this week's Craft Club tutorial. I wonder who that could be.
I'm here!
Hi Cody, you're just in time. Say hi to everyone.
Hi everybody, I'm Cody, your friendly librarian's assistant. I like to get stuff for crafts and make them too. I just love making crafts.
Speaking of stuff, what's that you got in your paws?
Oh, I was just running to get some string.
I'm sorry, Cody. We're not going to be using string today.
What? Oh, alright. So what are we making today?
Today we're making multicolored egg carton turtles inspired by Jackie Milling on Active Kids. Don't they look so cute?
I just love turtles!
I do too! So, if we're all ready, let's get started! Okay, so make sure you use a clean surface or a sheet of paper to make cleanup a lot easier. Okay, so now take everything out of the bag. You should have one instruction sheet, 4 pom-poms, 4 pipe cleaners, 4 containers of paint, 4 egg carton shells, 8 googly eyes, and 1 instruction sheet on how to bend the pipe cleaner. Some extra materials you might need are some scissors, a paintbrush, and some glue. Put everything but the scissors and egg carton away. We're going to be dividing these into 4. So take your scissors and cut right down the center on both sides. Then trim off any excess. Now this can be very difficult, so make sure to get an adult to help you. Once you cut everything out, move the excess into a recycling bin or trash can. Now we're going to be adding the legs with pipe cleaners. We recommend you paint the shell beforehand, but in this case, we put the legs on first. Take the pipe cleaners and your pipe cleaner bender instructions and pick 2 out of the 4 pipe cleaners that you like. For this one, I'm going to be picking purple and orange. If you look at the instruction sheet, you'll see a wavy line. This is where you're going to bend the pipe cleaners. At the top, you'll see 4 scissors, and this is where you're going to cut the pipe cleaners. I'll be showing you 2 different ways to attach the legs to the shell. There's one that involves cutting, and there's one that involves no cutting at all. Move everything but 2 shells and 2 pipe cleaners away. Now, let's see, which one am I going to do first? Think I'm gonna do the orange first. Take your pipe cleaner and bend it along the pattern on the instruction paper. And there you go. Now do the same to the other one. Alrighty, and there you have it. So with the orange one, what we're going to do is we're going to cut along the bumps, and for the purple one, we're just going to wrap it around and stick it in the shell. So let's start with the orange one. Move everything aside except for one shell. Take your orange pipe cleaner and cut along the 4 bumps. Not the 5, but the 4. Take your scissors and start cutting. Make sure to get an adult to help you with this. Pipe cleaners can be pretty hard to cut through, and when you cut them, they leave a really sharp pointy end, so we don't want you to poke yourself on those. And there you go! Take the 2 ends and twist them together to form the feet. Now do that with each and every one of them until you have 5. There we go! Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start gluing the feet onto the shell. Take your paintbrush and glue and open it up. What we're going to do is we're going to take the feet and then we're going to start applying glue to the ends. Take the shell and flip it over, then start applying the feet all along the shell in a sort of star shape. And done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set it aside to dry. Next up is the second option, which requires no cutting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the pipe cleaner and sort of wrap it around itself. Then we take the 2 ends of the pipe cleaner and then we twist them together. Then there you go. It's as easy as that. What you do now is you just fan it out a little bit so that it will sort of be at an angle. Next up, take your glue and your paintbrush, open it up, then dip your paintbrush into the glue, and start applying it all around the edges. Don't go down too far, because then you're getting into the feet. Then stick it into the shell, and you're done! You might need to pat it down onto the sides so that it sticks better. But once you're done that, you can just set it aside to dry. Make sure to take this opportunity to wash your hands and paintbrush. Once it's dry, we're going to paint it. So take whatever paint you want to color the shell and your paintbrush, dip it in the paint, and start coating it all around the shell. Remember, the thinner the layer, the faster it will dry. Then there you go. Once it's all coated, set that aside to dry as well. Once it's completely dry, take it back and then start applying the secondary color in spots all around the shell. From all these colors, I think I'm gonna go with red. I think red would look good with purple. Set aside the other paints and take your paintbrush. Alright, so take your paintbrush, There are two ways you could do this. You can either dip the end of the paintbrush into the paint and then put it all over the shell, or you can take the big end and dip it in the paint and then draw big spots all over the shell. I think I'm going to do a mix of both. There we go. Now that we have all the spots on, let's set it aside to dry again. While that dries, take your paintbrush, your glue, your pom-pom, and your two googly eyes. We're going to be putting the googly eyes onto the pom-pom with our glue. Open up your glue and dip your paintbrush into the glue. Then take your googly eyes and apply the glue to the back of the googly eyes. Then apply it to the pom-pom. Make sure to do this with the other eye as well. There we go. Now that the eyes are all glued on, let's set it aside and wait for them to dry. Now we're on the final stretch. Take your pom-pom and your shell once they're fully dry. Then take your glue. You can use a paintbrush if you want, but we won't be needing it. Pick a side on your shell, whichever side you want the head to be on. Then open your glue and take your pom-pom. You're going to be dipping the back end of it into the glue. So make sure you don't dip the eyes into the glue. Make sure it's a lot of glue because we want this to stick and stay. Once it's dipped, apply it to the shell. And all done! How did you like the craft, Cody?
It was super duper fun! I just love making the turtles! I can't wait to hang this up in my cave!
I had a lot of fun too, Cody. If you'd like, take a picture of it and send it to us on our Facebook page, or bring it into the library so we could display it.
What? We can't be done already! I wanted to do more!
I'm sorry, Cody. That's it for this week's craft. But there is one more thing we can do.